Did you know that reading comprehension takes up an entire quarter of the SAT? Well, in this video, we're going to go into the #1 reading comprehension tip that I've given my students. Before we go into that, I'm Percy. I've been tutoring people in the SAT for about 8 years now, and I've been helping tons of students, probably over 1,000 at this point, get into the colleges of choice, boost their SAT scores. Some of these colleges are places like UNC Chapel Hill, Princeton, UVA. Just let me know if you have any questions. I promise I'll give you good advice. And now let's go into the tip. Okay, so the tip is to take a more structured approach when you read the reading comprehension questions. So keep in mind that the reading comprehension these days, in the old SAT, was these really long passages, and you had to find tons of information in many different lines of text. But now there's only one question per one short, compact passage, right? So it's going to be easier to find the information. And so here's my first of two parts when it comes to making a more structured approach. So part one here is to read the question, not the answers. I'll get into that soon. It's read the question before you read the passage. And this is using a technique which many neuroscientists call brain priming. And so it's priming you when you read the question, it's priming you to try and find that information when you're reading the passage, right? So instead of just diving into the passage with no pre-context and just sort of hoping you're finding important information, at least you kind of know what to look for. And also I found that when someone is more interested in the passage, and when their interest just goes up in the reading in general, they comprehend it better. And having an incentive, having your brain primed to find a certain thing already naturally makes you more interested and more invested in reading particular things in the passage, right? And it also helps you cut out some of the unnecessary stuff that you don't need, and maybe is stuff that is just you just sort of easy to toss out, right? Like it has nothing to do with the context of the question. And so then the second part of this, you've read the question, you've read the passage, you've probably found some type of relevant information that was hopefully going to answer the question. But what I want you to do is, you notice how we haven't looked at the answer options yet? I still don't want you to look at the answer options. So even though you've done all the reading, I want you to now reread the question after you've read the passage, just like you did before, right? And I want you to answer it with your own version of the answer, right? Like give your answer that you think would be the solution to that question. And then after doing that, look at your answer options, because it's very likely that one of those answer options is going to very closely match your own personal answer. Or if it doesn't, there's going to be something that's just about as relevant as the answer that you gave. And then it's going to seem like the other three may not just be as relevant or may not be appropriate in the context of this problem. Yes, that's the main tip for today. Feel free to leave comments of any questions you have concerning SAT reading comprehension, or really any of the other sections too. I do math and grammar as well. And so, just leave questions in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them. See you in the next video.